New York, unique New York. What is happening, beautiful humans? Here we are back on Tuesday. It's about 5 o'clock here on the West Coast. My name is Craig Goldberg, inHarmony Interactive. You know exactly where you're at. I have missed you. These updates, I think, are a pivotal part of us sharing exactly what's happening in inHarmony Interactive. And it's a great way for me to download a bunch of different things that we want to talk about, and a great way for you all to peek inside what's happening here in inHarmony Interactive. I have the best intentions to go live more often. I have the best intentions to post more, to share more, to do more. And I find I'm in a lot of one-on-one conversations with each and every one of you, talking about where we're going and what we're doing. These lives are a great way for me to share with all of you exactly what's happening and exactly what's going on. I love that you guys all chime in. I love that you leave your comments. I love that you say hello. And I love this is something that you all have started to look forward to just as much as I do. It is a poignant time for me to update everything that's going on. Hello, Lexi. It's great to see you. This is really something that's exciting. So the last couple of weeks, I haven't spoken to you in 2 weeks because last week I was traveling. And when I start traveling, I try and maximize every single second that I'm away from this house. And that just means that I am full, like full. Oh, I forgot about John St. Clair, my meeting on Tuesday night. I got to include that in the copy as well. So lots of things that I want to update and I want to go through. I got a little list. So if you see me looking to the side of the screen, I'm just trying to stay on topic because I respect your time as much as I know you respect mine, and I appreciate that. Things have been absolutely bananas over the last couple of weeks. If you have a call into me, predominantly since Friday, today's Tuesday, I'm overflowing, and I'm going to make as many phone calls and follow up as I possibly can, as often as I possibly can. But I'm very fortunate in that I'm pretty much in back-to-back meetings. And when I'm not in a meeting, my phone rings and I'm on phone calls, and I'm very present in exactly what's happening in our business right now. We are growing and growing very rapidly, and I am enjoying every second of it. And I'm super grateful for each and every one of you that has contributed to our community, predominantly our affiliates, our distributors, our customers, and our user base. And we're going to talk a little bit about what we do today as kind of a general overview. I want to talk about inventory because we're in good shape. Not because we're in good shape, but we are in good shape. I want to talk about my travels last week. I want to talk about where I'm going the next 11 days because that's relevant. And I want to talk about all of our products because it is expanding, and it's expanding very quickly. And we got a lot of new stuff that's coming down the pike. We got some new partnerships that I want to share with you. And as we start to define that, I think it's really important that we share with you exactly the messaging around each of our products and why they delineate from one another and why they are in and of themselves separate, even though they're all tied together with vibroacoustic therapy or vibration therapy, transducer, sound and vibration, light and frequency. All of that is a running theme. However, each one of them really does serve a different process or serve a different purpose, a different audience, and has a different application. And I want to be clear about that. And I think there's some good things that have been humming around in my head as I've been sharing, the last few days and weeks about what we're doing. There's an entire other live that I need to do about the sympathetic, parasympathetic nervous system response and the impact that our tech has. So I think that's going to be saved for next week, or it might be a live that I throw up on Instagram because it is something that I believe is so potent and so pivotal that it's absolutely something that I want to share and something that I need to share. I'm actually piecing it together to put it into a new slide deck for a new keynote talk that I want to do because I think we have a systemic problem here in the United States, and that is we're all walking around in a sympathetic nervous system response, and that has a catastrophic impact on our day-to-day lives because it puts you at a significant disadvantage for the day-to-day tasks associated with regular life. When you're walking around in a sympathetic nervous system response, which is associated with fight or flight, it's associated with stress and anxious. And when you're walking around stressed and anxious, which so many of us are, you're not properly equipped to deal with the day-to-day life that we have co-created in this culture, in this society. And I want to talk about the impact that our technology can have on that. All of the technology I'm going to talk about today has a dramatic impact on that. So let's jump into it because I've already burned through 4.5 minutes. And I am grateful for the time for each and every one of you being here. First of all, inventory. Everybody always wants to know what's going on in inventory. I have 6 sound lounges left. I have 5 practitioners left in stock. I have another order that's already in progress. I think I'll be getting 12 practitioners and 11 sound lounges in. We've got more transducers on the way from overseas. We've got more meditation cushions. I have 190 meditation cushions in stock right now. So we're good. BrainTap is in stock right now, which means all of the products that are available on our website right now are shipping in real time. As somebody so poignantly pointed out earlier today, BrainTap is BrainTap, and I love them. They do take a few extra days to ship. I will be making some updates to our website. We place the order the same day that it comes in. They're an East Coast company. We're a West Coast company. That means any order we place after 2 o'clock doesn't get received until the next day. So again, just be patient with us as we're shipping. When we get updates from BrainTap, which they are exceptionally communicative around, when we get the updates, we pass them on to you. And we are going to work on a couple of aspects of our Shopify website, which I'm going to talk about when I talk about my travels. We're going to work on bundling, and our invoices are going to get a little better, and our fulfillment and how we're fulfilling is going to get a little better. And we're actually going to slip a couple discounts in there as well, so that we can hopefully help each and every one of you, because it is tough out there. I recognize that. And even though things are getting more expensive for us, I still believe in helping. I'm so passionate about this technology. We want more and more people to adopt this technology. So we want to make it easier and easier and easier for each and every one of you to absorb that, or to be able to take advantage of that. And you still got your BrainTap pretty quickly. Awesome. And that is amazing. They ship out of their warehouse in Chicago, actually. So it's actually really close to you in Indiana, even though we're based here. So when you buy a Cocoon product, the meditation cushion or practitioner or sound lounge will always ship separately of the BrainTap. And that's for the foreseeable future. It's just easier logistically for both of our companies to do this separately. And it's the way that we've got it set up right now. So it's less expensive for us, which allows us to keep a lower price for you. And it's a better process for both companies collectively. I know it does make it a little difficult in that you can get the sound lounge before you get the BrainTap, or the BrainTap before you get the sound lounge, depending on where you are in the country. Thank you for your patience as we work through all this stuff. I really do appreciate it. And I'm grateful, Lexa, you got your stuff nice and fast. So inventory and fulfillment, we are rocking on all cylinders right now, and excited about the future. I do foresee an opportunity where we might be out of sound lounges or practitioners at the end of this month. So if it is something that you're looking at, now's a great time to make that purchase. It's always first in, first out, and first in, first shipped. And we do always collect in full. So even when we go on back order, we are collecting in full, and we ship first orders in that are received are the first orders out that go out. So thank you for working with us through that. Every company seems to be handling back orders a little bit differently. I find for our small team, for us to take deposits and then honestly have to chase people down to get their full payments, it's not something that's worth our time and our energy. Plenty of people are, because we're in regular production, that we're either in stock or soon to be back in stock, that for us, taking payment up front has been the most successful and the least time consuming, which again, any place we can save time helps us to keep our prices down. And that's really what this is all about. If anybody ever wants a refund at any time, if you're tired of waiting or you don't want to wait any longer, not that anybody's waiting right now because we're in full stock, full inventory, but when we are in those places, you can ask us for a refund and we're happy to issue it. No questions asked. So we work very closely with our customers and with those of you that are waiting. All right, enough on inventory and fulfillment. Everything is rocking on all cylinders right now on that front. I want to talk about where I've been, and I want to talk about what the last 6 days were, because I left Las Vegas on Monday morning. I arrived in San Diego. I met with one of our incredible affiliates. Her name is Joanna. She shared some body work with me, which was incredible. Some cupping, which you can still see the remnants for on the back of my neck. And then and some incredible sound healing. And the entire time I'm thinking, I have a practitioner out in my truck. I need to go get it so that I can get her work on, because she uses sound and frequency and meditation and breath work. All of the things that we're going to talk about with the inHarmony practitioner. That's exactly why we designed what we were doing. And then from there, I went to meet with John St. Clair. If you're not familiar with John St. Clair, lifeattunement.com is what he does. And he has built, first of all, the man is involved in Gong theory and has been involved in Gong theory for the last 50 years. He's a musician, very talented sound healer, educator, and research scientist, I will go as far as to say. And he has built a room that is quite literally 20 feet by 20 feet. It could be a little bit bigger than that, but it's got a pyramid on the top. It's got an arched ceiling. You lay on a bed in the middle with crystals with lights in them that are facing you, as well as, gosh, I don't even know, 24 bowls that he hits, along with this 84-inch gong and a 50-inch gong behind you and multiple gongs on either side of you. And these, anyway, it is one of the most exciting and interesting and one of the places that I will absolutely go back and visit. It's one of the John is going to be an artist that's going to be sharing music and experiences, which I'm very excited about. And we got a lot of great things going, John. I am eternally grateful. Christy, thank you so much for introducing us. And the running theme that's going to be going about this, and that is research, science and research. So we're going to be talking about that. Flora, you absolutely do want to experience it. It's like the most magical. Anyway, I wish I could put up the URL, but I have a hard time spelling attunement. Lifeattunement.com is the website. Search John St. Clair. He is a brother and family, and super excited to be pointing some traffic towards what he's doing. Big fan of the meditation cushion, big fan of what we're doing here at inHarmony. Lots of opportunities for us to collaborate and to get things going. Rachel, we want your order. We're ready to get things going, and we're ready when you're ready. So all good. And if I can help you, then I will help you. And if there's something that we can do on the back end, I want to fix that. We're also working on other payment systems and other opportunities for payment plans as well. So let's talk, Rachel, and let's figure out a way for us to get things going. Okay. All right. So met with John St. Clair. Tuesday all day I was in the office, dropped in with Dom. We always have a blast and we always get a lot of things done. And then Tuesday night I was at the Wake Up House. I put up a live into our affiliate group from the Wake Up House. Lots of incredible human beings, lots of great things that we're collaborating on. Wake Up movement is absolutely huge, and it will be coming to a city near you. Wake Up San Diego, Wake Up Orange County, Wake Up Inland Empire, Wake Up Los Angeles. I hear Wake Up, I think Pittsburgh might be on already, and Wake Up Las Vegas is certainly something that we're going to talk about as well. So a lot of really exciting things. There's Claire. I saw Claire on Wednesday night, Wake Up San Diego event. Wednesday night, we had the Wake Up San Diego event, and I got to give a pretty smooth keynote for 25 minutes or so. I had some issues with my slide deck and some issues with the presentation, but all in all, I think a lot of great information. I got a lot of great feedback that came from that as well. And it was a really phenomenal opportunity. I wish I could flash the picture of you and me, Claire, because it was really great to get to know. We were absolutely slammed. We had another unbelievable and powerful. Penelope was one of our affiliates who joined us as well. It's always a family event when we get together at these events, which is one of the things that I absolutely love to do, bringing community together around our technology. And of course, to have Dr. Patrick Porter there and the entire BrainTap team there, that was something that was really special too. Patrick gave a 45-minute keynote, and every single time I listen to Patrick speak, literally, whether I'm on a Zoom call, a phone call, or I see him talk in person in front of a crowd, I always learn something. It's something that I really enjoy. And Claire says the same thing. It was a super informative night. And that's what this is all about. This technology is all about sharing and talking about what we're doing in the community. And of course, the technology that we operate from, it's so experiential. So we had that event. From there, I actually left and broke down that event at 10 o'clock at night and drove to LA. I got in at like 1 o'clock in the morning, slept for 5 hours, and then met with a behavioral health group in Los Angeles that is going to be doing big things. I don't want to reveal names yet. However, there is scientific research that we're going to start doing, and we are working with one of the biggest names in behavioral health, using the Sound Lounge, using the BrainTap, using the Sound Lounge Cocoon, as well as potentially the meditation cushion, to really start to tap into the impact that we can have on behavioral health. Not just mental health, talking about mindfulness and meditation, which is an obvious opportunity for us and a great place for us to apply our technology, but to actually talk about in-network, inpatient and outpatient care for mental health and behavioral health. And we're putting together some protocols that we're going to be able to share throughout our network. So if you have our tech, if you're using just the Sound Lounge, or even a BrainTap and a Sound Lounge, or a Practitioner and a BrainTap, right? Any of our products, you're going to be able to utilize these protocols and be able to implement these. Now, you're not going to be a practitioner. So, and that's very important that therapists are going to be using this. Licensed therapists are going to be using this. So we want to be cautious and careful about how we're sharing this. However, the principles and the research that we're doing is going to be published and it is going to be released. And that gives us a tremendous opportunity. So we're just at the beginning. It's something I'm very excited about. And it's something that came from my trip last week. So I wanted to share that with you. And then, of course, I drove home and I've been getting caught up ever since. I turn around and I start traveling again Thursday morning. So today's Tuesday. It's about just after 5 o'clock. And Thursday morning at 6 a.m., I fly to the East Coast with my family. And I'm going to be in Florida, South Florida, for 5 days. Then I'm going to be in New York for 8 days. And then I get back to Las Vegas. My buddy Dave's going to be house sitting, which I'm super grateful for. And we've got some great things that are going to be happening on this trip. However, this trip is really a family vacation for me. If you've been watching for a long time, I don't know that any one of you remember me taking a vacation because I don't really take them that often. So I know I'll be working. I know I'll be in touch. We will be doing a live from somewhere on the East Coast. I'm going to be in New York for this live. It's going to be 8 p.m. on the East Coast. And I'm absolutely going to share what we're doing. It might be a little earlier that day, but nonetheless, we are going to get caught up and we are going to do this. So I got some travel coming up. So just bear with me on my travel schedule and taking a little downtime for myself because I've been going nonstop over the last 5-6 months. And really, I can think back further than that we've been going hard. We've been experiencing exponential growth. We've been managing it. We've been building scalable systems that allow us to grow. And it's just what this is all about, the life of an entrepreneur, and especially to have the success that we're having. I am grateful. I'm also going to unplug and I'm going to take some time to sit on the beach. My daughter's 2 years old. She's never been to the beach. So I'm pretty excited to get down to Delray and South Florida. And if you're in the area and you want to come say hi, I know there's a few of you that watch on a regular basis that are down there. We are absolutely going to do that. And yeah, it's very exciting. It is very exciting. All right. So what I want to talk about is I want to give you a brief overview of our different products. I wish I could show you all the products, but we've got the meditation cushion, which obviously sits behind me, the inHarmony meditation cushion, the inHarmony Practitioner, and the inHarmony Sound Lounge. They each serve different markets. The meditation cushion is obviously focused on the meditation market. You're sitting upright. It is focused on mindfulness and meditation to drop into deeper meditative states. That concept extrapolates out to the Practitioner and the Sound Lounge because vibroacoustic therapy entrains your brain into a deeper meditative state while resetting your nervous system in a matter of about 15 minutes. There's a couple companies out there that talk about it happening in 7 minutes. Unfortunately, what the science of vibroacoustic therapy says is that it takes 15 minutes for the chemical cascades to happen in the body that trigger sympathetic nervous system into parasympathetic nervous system response. And that's what we're all about here at inHarmony. We're all about a unified, three-dimensional, fully immersive sound experience that calms and relaxes your nervous system. Our core belief here at inHarmony is that the world outside, as I'm looking outside of my house, the world outside is stimulating enough that most of us are walking around in a sympathetic nervous system response because of the traffic that we're in, or we're running late, or my sister did that thing again, or my boyfriend, or my brother, or my cousin, or my nephew, or my aunt, or my wife, or whatever the external trigger might be, is triggering a sympathetic nervous system response. And some of them for not trivial reasons. Some of us are going through some very hard times. Some of us have a lot of stress and anxiety in our life, and we need tools that can help us battle that better. So the meditation cushion, the Sound Lounge, the Practitioner is all geared towards that experience. Now, when you take the BrainTap and you layer on top of this and combine the BrainTap headset with the flashing lights and the LEDs over the ears, and you start to layer in 10-cycle isochronic tones, binaural beats, LED therapy, flashing lights on the visor that entrain different brainwave states, you get an even more powerful tool. This BrainTap by itself is unbelievably powerful. The Sound Lounge, the meditation, the Practitioner by itself, unbelievably powerful. It is a 1 + 1 = 3, and maybe even a 1 + 1 = 4 or 5 scenario. And you guys all know how passionate I am about these products, but I want you to understand that All of them handle mindfulness and meditation. However, it depends on how you want to sit. It also depends on your budget. It also depends on the experience. The sound lounge is 4 times more powerful than the meditation cushion. The Practitioner was not designed to be a less expensive sound lounge. It was instead designed to be a secondary modality to hands-on body work, massage therapy, acupuncture, acupressure, chiropractic, that sort of thing. So if you're a body worker, then the Practitioner is something that if you're going to use before, during, or after a body working session, it's designed to go on top of your massage table. If you want a standalone modality, the sound lounge is the investment that you're going to want to make, whether it's for your home, your office, or your business, your clinic. That sound lounge is the investment that you're going to want to make if you want a standalone experience. And of course, if you meditate on a regular basis, or if you want to meditate on a regular basis, the meditation cushion, for me, sitting up, I don't fall asleep as easily. So for me, for a 10, 11-minute meditation, the meditation cushion is great, much more than that. And I want to lay down personally. And yet I know people that lay on the meditation or sit on the meditation cushion for an hour, 2 hours, and that's part of their practice. And it's much easier for them to stay for prolonged periods of time on our inHarmony meditation cushion. So lots of different products in lots of different ways. The last thing that I want to talk about is our app and the music that really drives it all. And we are constantly making updates to our app. In fact, I think this is the test flight version because it is. You'll see the red line that's going across the top. That's not on the normal app, but I'm constantly testing with our developers, and we will have an iOS update coming out. We've been going back and forth with iOS and the App Store, the Apple App Store, for quite a while, trying to get everything right, the code right. They have some new requirements with regards to subscriptions that we needed to develop and put in there. We've probably tried to submit 6 or 7 times already, and we're just missing something each time. I think this time we got it right. So this test flight version, they're testing right now, and I expect my team tonight will be uploading a new version of iOS. So we are constantly working on this. 193 tracks inside the inHarmony Music Meditations app. That's constantly adding, and we're constantly growing. Right now, we're in the process of working on our chakra system and our chakra category and protocol. So root and sacral have already been released. And of course, we're going to work our way all the way up until we get to crown. And then we're actually going to balance them back and forth. We're working on, when I say we, I mean Anthony Weiss, aka Home, our director of harmonics, is absolutely incredible. He's on his joint bachelorette party right now and loving life somewhere floating off the coast of California on a cruise ship with a bunch of their friends and family. I wish we could be with them. So our app, we've got lots of new music that's going into our app on a regular basis. And this is what drives the entire experience. If you invest in the Cocoon experience, you can get the BrainTap app, and it's wonderful. And you get a 30-day free gift that gets emailed to you when you make your purchase. However, the tracks that you need to drive the headset and our tech is included inside the app. And when you make a Cocoon purchase, you get lifetime access. When you buy a Practitioner or a sound lounge, you get lifetime access. Unfortunately, when you buy just the BrainTap or just the meditation cushion, I wish I could give the app away for free. However, in an effort to keep the BrainTap cost down and the inHarmony meditation cushion cost down, we don't include it in the purchase price. You get offered an add-on. You get a discount for your first year. There's a couple different ways that you can do it, but you do have to pay for the app either monthly, annually, or you got to buy lifetime at checkout. But this is really important because we're constantly putting music, and this music is designed specifically for our tech. One of the things that separates us from the rest of the pack is that on our tech, you can actually listen to anything you want. All music will play through the sound lounge, the meditation cushion, and the Practitioner. And that was a choice we needed to make because we wanted you to be able to listen to everything. And from vibroacoustic therapy perspective, there is value in listening to music that you recognize, that you know, especially for different protocols, for different diagnoses and different things you might be treating. So it was very important that you can listen to anything through our technology. And that's a big part of what we do. Now I want to talk about something that I really don't talk about that often, and that is what's coming down the pike and what you can expect. The first thing that I want to talk about is this. It looks like a white box because of the bleed. What you don't see is that says Heart Activity Research System. This is a data pulse analysis machine. It's made by BrainTap. and it is their HRV, heart rate variability. It is actually ECG, echocardiograph technology, and you basically put it on your wrists, and it gives you a 9-point kind of analysis of extrapolations from your heart rate variability. I'm going to do an entire video on this. We're going to do an entire webinar on this, but this is something that I'm very excited about. It will be up on our website in the next couple of weeks. This is very crisp, clean, and clear data that you can utilize for a before session and an after session so that you can get a NeuralChek reading before a session and after a session, with or without the BrainTap. It's not about using the BrainTap. It's about taking a reading, 300 heartbeats before a session and after. If you're a chiropractor, you can use the NeuralChek for before and after an adjustment. If you have other modalities, because a lot of you are stacking our technology with other modalities, PEMF, red light therapy, an assortment of other modalities, you can utilize the NeuralChek for before and after. So if you're interested, throw me a comment, say hello. I'll get you some more information before it goes up on our website, but this is something that's going to go up on our site. And I have 2 other partnerships that I'm exceptionally excited about. The first is DermaBeam. So I haven't had a chance to put up this red light therapy mask, but I have Yatoshi. I'm going to butcher your name and I apologize, but I am very excited to be working with DermaBeam. I'm very excited about the potential of integrating red light therapy with what we're doing. There are many companies out there that we have conversations with, that we talk to on a regular basis, that we might have additional partnerships with. There are some full beds that we work with. Shout out to Trifecta. And there are also some smaller, more affordable light pods that you can utilize to integrate. So look for me to mention it and show off the products here on our weekly Zoom, and then look for those to be added to our website as well, so that you can make purchases and check out and utilize red light therapy in addition to what we're doing. There's a number of great systems that are out there. I happen to know the founder of this company, which is why we chose DermaBeam. And there's a couple others that we're going to work with too. And then David Wong and the spectacular team over at Coil. I'm going to have a ton more information on everything that Coil does, but it's basically PEMF technology through toroidal sacred geometry shapes, and it is unbelievably epic. All stuff that has floated over my plate, onto my plate over the last really 2 months. And unfortunately, I just can't get to developing it faster because we've been growing so fast and there's been so much demand on our internal products. However, these partnerships and these products you're going to start to see more and more on over the next couple of days and weeks. And it's something that I'm honored to be working with some incredible entrepreneurs, some incredible research analysts, and some incredible technology that stacks really well with the inHarmony products, the BrainTap, the Coil, the DermaBeam, and of course the NeuralChek. There's a lot of exciting stuff that's coming down the pike. There's a lot of power that's going to be happening with each and every one of you. I tried to jam this all into 20 minutes. I'm running closer to 28, 29 minutes. I hope this was something that you enjoyed. I hope you take the tidbits and the highlights. I hope it's something you share. Thank you so much for all of your comments. Thank you so much for all of the support. And thank you so much for being here, whether you're watching the recording or you're watching us live. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.